One of the most dramatic announcements is a distress call coming over a marine radio. Nearby boats may be able to offer assistance, but the sound of trouble on the water is hopefully quickly followed by the sound of a Coast Guard helicopter coming to the rescue. The Coast Guard has been involved in search and rescue operations since 1915, when it was organized through the merger of the Life-Saving Service and the Revenue Cutter Service. Today, for a mariner in distress, the sight of a Coast Guard helicopter approaching over the horizon is a welcome sight. Southeasterners in that situation will find some new techniques have been added to the Coast Guard rescue operations. Until May 1986, Coast Guard air rescue in Southeast was limited to landing a helicopter in the water or lowering a small basket to the survivor. With the start of the Rescue Swimmer program, the Coast Guard is now able to put a trained rescuer in the cold Southeast waters to get an incapacitated victim safely in the rescue basket and on their way to the helicopter.
The ultimate goal is to have a complete qualified rescue swimmer crew on board the station 24 hours a day. Just in case it's needed. This particular evolution is a last-ditch effort type affair. We'll get on scene and evaluate the situation as it is, and certainly if the victim is in the water and is capable of getting himself into the basket, we will not deploy the rescue swimmer. Like I said, it's a last-ditch effort. If the victim is injured, hypothermic, unconscious to the point, like I said, where he cannot physically get himself into the rescue basket, we will consider deploying the rescue swimmer. First thing we're going to do once we re-enter the area, of course, we know the survivor's in the water, we know he's by the boat. We're going to simulate as best we can that we're actually on a case, man overboard, in the water, and we're actually looking for a search object.
Recurrent training sessions are required to keep the rescue swimmers certified and the flight crews ready for rescue operations. The drill keeps everyone familiar with the procedures and equipment involved in making rescues, so they work as a team. Without teamwork, the rescue attempt could not be made.
It's an effort based on the feelings of the entire crew. We'll discuss it, and based on the circumstances, the weather, the sea conditions, the wind, take into consideration the entire environment around you at the time, we'll make that decision if we should deploy our rescue swimmer and we can safely conduct the rescue.
When you're hoisting a person, you're always talking to the pilot, you're giving him advisories of where he is to either the boat or the rescue swimmer, and you're hoisting a rescue device down through the water, letting him get inside the basket, and you bring him on up. Always giving advisories to the pilot where he's at and how the hoist is going at all times.
With carrying all the gear we do, you do have to keep physical fit because it's real demanding. You can get tired quick, you know. The water, it's cold, and your hands get numb and you have to do a lot of hooking and disentangling or something like that. And that can be a little problem, but you know, we tend to deal with it all right.
It's scary. It looks like you're going to go up into the rotor blades, but you just go straight in. Down below in the water, it's spinning real fast and get all wet, but I volunteered for it. Because it's something I've always wanted to do, and I leave tomorrow, so I wanted to get it done.
During the drill, each of Sitka's rescue swimmers rehearse with the flight crews ways of getting the swimmer into the water and the survivor safely from the water to the helicopter.
We would normally locate the individual, drop our reference smoke, pull into a hover, and ideally we'll have the victim in the water at our 1 o'clock position with the wind off our nose and the smoke beyond the individual upwind of him at the 1 o'clock position as a reference key.
You're communicating with the pilot to move the helicopter over to the hoist position, and while you're hoisting, you're always giving advisories, like I said before, and you just bring the basket down to the survivor and he gets inside. And the rescue swimmer is always with the survivor, and he has hand signals that I can understand, and then I can figure out what he's trying to tell me, and then I can do whatever as possible to go along with the hoist.
Okay, he's moving in. He'll get down to 15 feet. Okay, right now the swimmer's assessing the situation. He's checking the water, checking for any kind of debris. You'll see the flight mech tap him 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now jumps in. He'll come up, give him okay, hopefully. He's giving the sign right now, he's away and okay. That means you let the flight mech know you're okay when you raise your hand. Okay, he's approaching the survivor right now. And right now he's checking the survivor. He's checking her arms, making sure there's no lines. And what we do there is we go underneath and we check out for any kind of, let's say, nets or line or anything that could be tangled on them. And so, because you don't want to hoist them or you don't want to bring that basket in with any lines hanging on them, because if you go to hoist them out, that could be real bad. You know, they could yank your leg or something. It's pretty hard to see as you can, with that rotor wash blowing in your face. That's blowing down about a 90 knot wind. You try to keep the survivor's head above the water. They're moving in right now for a basket. We call this a basket pickup. He'll put her in the basket. Okay, she's ready for pickup. He'll give the signal. Ready for pickup. There she goes on up. Okay, watch the rescue swimmer. He'll give an emergency signal here in a minute. There it is. That means this is simulated. But in a real emergency, that means, hey, I either, I might have got bit by something, or I've got a cramp. I need to be lifted right away. There's something wrong with the swimmer. So what the flight mech is doing right now is he unhooks the basket and will send him to hook. And he'll hook himself up. The basket is the primary rescue device.
While the crew puts in a lot of effort and time in practicing, there are moments when all the work is worth it.
Well, it's that one rescue, It's work, 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 but you get on one rescue and it makes it all worthwhile.
And that completes a dramatic look at 3 aspects of life on the Southeast stage. We'll be back again in another week with another performance at the same time. And we're holding reserve seats for you. I'm Scott Foster. Have a good day.